Welcome to ITD212 Interactive Web Page Design. I'm Mr. Smith. I'll be your instructor this semester. This is just a brief introduction to who I am and to what this course is all about. Answer some questions that you may have. The first thing that I want you to understand that this course is going to teach you how to use the Adobe Creative Suite to create interactive web pages. So one of the first assignments that I've got you doing is sending me a letter of introduction. And you're going to tell me about your academic goals at VCCS. You're going to tell me about your goals for this course and a little bit about yourself. And then the second part of that letter is going to be, I want you to tell me about the computer you're going to be working on at home. Because we're doing modern web design here, and so you're going to need the tools to be able to do it. And you don't need a super powerful computer, but you do need an adequate computer to be able to install and use the Adobe Creative Suite. Now, if you haven't ever used a free trial of the Creative Suite before, you're going to be able to obtain the software that we use in this course at no cost. You will want to install each software only when we're about to use it if you're going to use the free license, because it will only last for a month. So we're going to use Adobe Illustrator, which is going to be, you'll see it's going to work more for creating sort of logo type things. It's going to be solid colors, and it's basic. What it actually is going to be vector art, and I'll teach you about that as the course goes on. We're also going to do Adobe Photoshop, which a lot of you have probably heard of before. Photoshop has almost become part of our language. If you Photoshop something, you're taking a photo and you're changing it. Those are called raster images. So we'll use Adobe Photoshop, and we're also going to use a tool called Adobe Muse, and that's the software that Adobe makes, which actually makes websites. And we're going to use all of these softwares together to create modern interactive web pages. So it's important that you have a computer that can run this software. I rarely have students that have trouble making this stuff work, but it does come up every once in a while. So at the very beginning, we need to go ahead and take a look at the computer that you're using for this course. Now, while I am saying that you can get free trials of this stuff, that can be limiting because you only can get the free trial for a month. And you have as a student, you have access to an Adobe Creative Cloud educational license, and that is how I recommend you take this course. You're learning these skills, so you might as well have the tools to do this work. It's sort of like learning carpentry but not having a hammer. You need a hammer if you're going to be a carpenter, and if you're going to be a web designer, you need a computer and you need the software that allows you to do web design. So I recommend that you get the student license, and you'll see that with these skills that you'll learn this semester and this software, you can do some incredible things, and you're just going to want to have the software once you've learned how to use it. So there's no textbooks, so there's no cost that way, and so the software for this course at an academic price is more affordable than the textbooks you'll get for a lot of your courses, and the tools with this software are so useful that you're just going to want to have them, and it doesn't make too much sense to me to learn how to use this stuff and not get the tools. Anyway, so to start off week one, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tell me about your computer and make sure that you're going to be able to install the software and use it on your computer. And if you discover that that's not going to be possible for you, you're going to need to think about other solutions, because you have to have this software to be able to accomplish the goals of this course. Okay. The other thing that I'm going to ask you to do here in week one is to review some sites that are made with Adobe Muse. And this is principally to let you see how powerful this software is and how incredible the websites that you can create are using Adobe Muse. And I've linked you to a page that will have lots of examples of sites made with the tools that we're going to learn to use this semester, so that you can see just how professional the work you can do with this software is. All right. The way that I'm going to run class primarily is on a weekly basis, or depending on the size of the project, possibly bi-weekly basis. I will post assignments under the assignments tab in the sidebar in Blackboard, and I will post an announcement saying that I've put the work up, and you'll just log in and do these assignments and turn them in to me via Blackboard. Make sure that you are checking your email. Make sure that you are logging into Blackboard multiple times a week. You need to keep up with this work since you're taking it online. I don't meet with you physically every week, so you're going to need to make sure that you manage your workload and be aware of the assignments that I'm giving you in class so that you can keep up with everything that's going on here in class. If you have questions, make sure that you email me right away and ask me specific questions. Tell me what's not working so that I can help you troubleshoot things. One thing I can assure you is that assignments, especially when you're working with multimedia, when you're doing web design, the kind of stuff that we're doing in this course, assignments always end up taking longer than you think they're going to take. So don't wait till the last minute, because if you wait till the last minute and you have a problem, there's not enough turnaround time for you to email me and ask me for help, and then for me to get back to you and you complete the assignment. So make sure you get right to work on stuff when I post the assignments so that you can finish in a timely fashion and get help if you need it. Make sure you communicate with me over the semester, and you'll see that you'll do fine in this course, and you will learn some skills that you will be very happy to have. So once again, welcome to ITD212 Interactive Web Design. I'm Mr. Smith, your instructor, and I look forward to having a really good time with you here and learning some very valuable skills in spring of 2017.